Hey everyone, how's it going? So I want to talk about World Beyond, the new Walking Dead show premiering next spring. We got the trailer the other day, I believe it was on Sunday, and I'm guessing with it the title reveal as well, right? Now I'm just gonna say I don't know if it's called World Beyond or The Walking Dead World Beyond. I'm just gonna stick with World Beyond because I think it sounds a lot better. If it's called The Walking Dead World Beyond, I don't know, something about that just feels very off. I'm just gonna stick with World Beyond. I think it works. But of course, before we begin, I do have to warn you for spoilers for last Sunday's episode of The Walking Dead. I guess kind of like loose spoilers anyways, mostly in relation to Michonne's story. Also, if you're new to the channel, make sure to be a subscriber for more Walking Dead content like this. I'm going to be posting my Q&A tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. Mandalorian's going to be coming out on Friday, so stay tuned for that. Let me know if you want me to start with episode 4 for those reviews, or if you want me to go back and do 1, 2, and 3. If I were to go back and do 1, 2, and 3, I'd probably just do a review for all 3 of those episodes, but I think what I might actually do is just review all 3 of them very quickly, just talk about how I felt about them in my review for episode 4. Just because we're so far past episode 3 already, right? So yeah, that should be out on Friday. It'll probably be out Friday, I'm not sure what time, probably in the afternoon. That's what's so awesome about Mandalorian is that it just comes out literally in the morning. Like you wake up and you can watch it. Yes, that does hurt for spoilers because, I mean, you literally have to be off social media completely in order to not be spoiled of certain things. But I think it works because you're able to watch it whenever the hell you want, right? Like I think The Walking Dead should actually do that. Release it on a streaming service like Netflix or something like that. And this way, every episode, like you can still release it weekly. You can still build that hype like week to week. Like you can still do that. I definitely prefer this way of doing like online shows or streaming shows instead of revealing all 10 episodes or 13 episodes all on one day where people can binge it over a day or two. The excitement's gone, it's just done. Release it week to week. There's still that excitement there. Like, how is this going to pay off sort of thing, right? Do that with The Walking Dead. There will be no commercials. Everyone will watch week to week. I think it'll be way more exciting. This way, everyone can watch it whenever the hell they want, right? Like anytime during the day. Having a fixed time on Sunday nights, like that's hard for some people. A lot of people are just going to record it. Anyways, yeah, if you want more Walking Dead content and Mandalorian content, just make sure to be a subscriber. So we got the title, like I said, as World Beyond. And when I first heard of the title, I was okay with it. It kind of worked. I thought it was a video game title, to be honest. I wasn't really sure what the title was when I first read the trailer on YouTube. It was like The Walking Dead World Beyond. The first thing that came to my mind was, okay, well, it's a game or it's a mobile game, or maybe it's like those internet web series things. But no, it is the actual title, and yeah, I'm okay with the title. Like I said in a previous video, Fear the Walking Dead, when I first heard that title, I thought it was the dumbest title ever. I've never been a fan of Fear the Walking Dead's title, like ever. This one here, I didn't vomit, it works. I'm okay with it. Now let's just hope the story's actually really good. In the trailer, we see a lot of shots that we mostly have seen before. There's a lot more context to what's going on. And I know, and we'll talk about the final shots, because I know that's what everyone wants to talk about, but here we see the 4 main characters. They're walking outside of that safe community. I imagine this is happening, I don't know, maybe episode 2 or 3 around there. Because the first episode is going to show them, show them what this community is about, how safe it is and all of that. And then I imagine towards the end, they're going to be out on this adventure and we'll see what happens in like the following week's episodes and all of that. I'm trying to figure out what the plot is of all of this. Like, why are those people leaving their community and going out into harm's way? Like, I just don't understand why they would want to do that. Maybe they're trying to find someone. I guess that also kind of works. But I'm really hoping this thing works because the thing about this type of storyline is, for one, they're kids. So they're kids going out and doing something stupid. That's always been the thing with The Walking Dead I've hated. If Henry would go out or Carl would go out and he wouldn't listen and stay where it's safe, it just annoyed me because kids aren't listening. That's kind of what this show's all about. So hopefully it makes sense, hopefully their motive makes sense, and hopefully it just doesn't come across as just annoying, To be honest, I don't really know what to expect with this trailer because we have a lot of shots. Like this shot here, I believe his name is Silas or something. He's all covered in blood. I imagine this is after he's been killing some walkers and stuff because we see some shots later on in the trailer of him doing that. He seems to be completely, I guess, depressed, upset. Maybe he regrets leaving. And then we have some other shots of characters just completely happy, I guess being naive about the whole situation. And see, what is this shot right here? We have 3 characters here, 3 or 4 characters, and they're all wearing like these gas masks or something like that, fighting all these walkers in this area. Like, what's going on here? Why are they putting themselves in these situations? And this is the one thing that I hope they can handle really well, that I don't really think is nitpicky, and I apologize if this sounds nitpicky, but these characters better not be just excellent at fighting. Like the character on the right there, that character looks like anyways, like he can handle an actual sword. So like that character is fine, but the other 2 characters in the back, it's like, they better make it very, very believable. Because that was the whole thing with The Walking Dead in the beginning, was like most of our characters could not handle a knife or anything like that, a gun. And so it was scary, like you only felt safe with some characters, like say Rick or like Shane. And even in the beginning, like Rick using a knife to kill a walker, he wasn't as comfortable as he was towards like season 9, right? Like he was still, when he did it, there was still a fear that he might get bit while doing it or scratched. So these characters going out now, I hope that they haven't forgot that these characters, they likely don't know how to fight these walkers. And I hope it just doesn't come across as like, yeah, they're just badass and they can do all of this and all that. You know what I mean? It's just kind of ridiculous. They haven't come out with a release date yet, but because the season 10 finale is likely going to be airing on April 12th, 2020, I believe it's going to be airing that night, just because you might as well do that, right? If you think about it, I think this is the way they're going to market that third show, just because they've been marketing Fear the Walking Dead like that in the past. Season 10 is going to end in a way where we discover the Commonwealth, and in my opinion, I think that community, like the Commonwealth anyways, they're changing it on the show from the comic, and they're making the Commonwealth a part of this 3-ring community thing called the CRM. For those that forgot, the 3 rings that we're seeing on the helicopters and all of that, that's actually a symbol that represents 3 communities united. One of them is going to be the community in this third show. Another one is going to be where Rick is. And I think the third one is going to be the Commonwealth, just because you might as well do that. That community is just so massive already in the comic, right? If you introduce that on the show and it's a completely separate entity, it's just kind of, I don't know, it's unbelievable in my opinion. They can do a lot more with that, make it a part of the CRM. And so I imagine the marketing, or at least what Angela Kang will talk about, or I guess maybe not her, but Scott Gimple, I can already see him saying things about the season 10 finale, saying, well, if you want any hints at what's to come in season 11 of The Walking Dead, you'll have to watch this third show sort of thing, right? To get some sort of hint. Because it's united, the CRM, they mean this thing, blah, blah, blah. And also there might be some connections to the Rick movies. I just really feel like that's how it's going to be marketed. And so, yeah, I think it's going to be coming out in April 2020, April 12th, 2020 to be exact. And this helicopter shot here, I mean, the helicopter looks amazing. It's actually really interesting because the helicopter looks like it just got like a fresh coat of paint and it's just been cleaned and all of that. I mean, their suits look exactly like the suits from Fear the Walking Dead. They're probably the same. I mean, it is the same suits. So these people here are from wherever Rick is. That's one thing that we know for sure. These people here seem to be completely separate from the third show. And so what I'm thinking is the Commonwealth, this community here from the third show and wherever Rick is, they all have like different belief systems, or they're all united, but there could be growing tensions within those 3 communities. So Rick, where he went, he actually went to the villains of those 3. I think the Commonwealth, they're not necessarily going to be villains, but I think their ideas for how people should live and for society are going to conflict with our characters. This community here, whatever it's going to be called in the third show, could be very similar in that way. But I think these people here are going to be the villains, just because whenever they're portrayed in any way on Fear the Walking Dead on here, they just look scary. They look like they're villains, right? This shot here I really love because they just take out the walkers super easily. Like just a couple shots, boom, they just drop dead. Amazing accuracy. Now this woman right here, she's unnamed as of now, and you can see she has the 3-ring symbol right here, and it looks like it's actually, is that popping out of her jacket a little bit? It looks like it is. So she's a high-ranking official, that's for sure. She seems to be some kind of leader. She's going to be playing a big role in season 1. She's actually a series regular for this third show. I imagine she is for sure going to be the villain. There is actually a pretty good possibility that she is going to be in the first Rick movie or second or third. I imagine she's been involved with the CRM for a very long time now. And if they want to do some world building, having characters from just either of the shows involved in some way, I think will just help connect a lot of stuff. So her being a part of that first movie in some way, I think that would definitely work. I just want to learn more about the CRM and about how Rick might play a role and what the CRM are like now. Like, has he played a role at all? Remember, this third show here is taking place at the exact same time as The Walking Dead right now in season 10. So Rick left 6 years ago to join this group here, the CRM or whatever. I don't know if he joined them willingly. Obviously, he might have been forced to. I have no idea that obviously the circumstances surrounding that, but I'm hoping they leave some clues here surrounding how Rick may have played a role. Maybe they changed the rule or like protocol on something because of a certain incident that happened or something a couple years ago, and that's like a reference to Rick. That'd be super cool to hear. But yeah, these characters here, they look like villains. I imagine they are villains. I imagine some characters, like the younger cast anyways, some of them will also be villains. But overall, this trailer, of course, the ending here got me really interested because it's like connections to Rick and stuff like that. The title to me, I mean, it works. And yeah, this third show, I'm a lot more interested in it now because of those final shots. And I hope that's not all it is. Because with Fear the Walking Dead, it was like that, right? I only watched season 5 because they kept saying there's going to be Rick Grimes references and all of that, and that's why I watched. And then, of course, those references were really, really nothing. Or references, I guess they're Easter eggs, right? Like, the Easter eggs were nothing. Very, very small amounts of information. And I'm hoping they're not doing the third show in a similar way. I hope there's an actual story here to tell. And yeah, I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see on this. But post your thoughts down below. Let me know what you guys all think. Are you guys excited for this third show? It seems like people are actually excited for it. Not like over the moon excited over it, but definitely more excited to watch this more than Fear the Walking Dead, right? I will say I do have a little bit of interest in Fear the Walking Dead Season 6. I just want to see where they ended after that cliffhanger. I'm not going to watch the premiere or anything like that. I'm going to just read online just to see what happened. But anyways, let me know what you guys all thought of this trailer and I guess your predictions for this first show. Make sure to be a subscriber if you want more Walking Dead content like this, and thanks for watching.